The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone. Let's wait for 2 minutes so that everyone can join in. So hello everyone. Hope you are doing great. Welcome to the second day of our webinar marathon week. There are two exciting events around the corner, the Microsoft Power Platform Conference in Las Vegas and the Community Summit in Charlotte. And with Webinar Marathon, we are trying to provide a sneak peek to the latest and the greatest offerings of Inogic, which we intend to showcase in both the events. Thank you for joining the session today. I, Gaurav Chatterjee, a project manager at Inogic, bring you one of our latest offerings from our product portfolio, the DeDupeD. DeDupeD is a data hygiene app to detect, prevent, and merge duplicates in your CRM. This will not only ensure, but will also make it easy for you to maintain data sanity in your CRM instances. Over this session, we will observe the various challenges an organization face because of duplicate data and how DeDupeD is necessary in overcoming those challenges. I will also take you through few of its key features, followed by a live demonstration, FAQs, and finally the Q&A. Before we move ahead, I would like to run a short poll to understand what actually caught your interest to register for this session. So I have started the poll. I would request everyone to kindly cast your votes as per your interest. There are a couple of options over here. Like first one would be you want to clean your existing CRM database, or you might be wanting to prevent capturing of duplicate data in your system, or you might be just curious about our solution D2D. Great, I'm getting some response. Few people are curious to know about D2D. Perfect. Well, some are interested in cleaning their existing CRM database. Well, that's quite a primary requirement, right? Yeah. Perfect. So thank you for casting your vote. A quick heads up, all the lines have been muted. So at any point you have any query, kindly put it in the chat window and I will try to address all of them during our Q&A session. Before we dive into DeDupeD, let me give you a brief about Inogic. We are one of the leading service providers and an ISV. We are an exclusive Dynamics 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than a decade now. We have a portfolio of 15 plus products pretty much exclusive to the Dynamics 365 community. And speaking of community, we are quite active here. And it's not just me. I'm pretty sure you know us either from our blogs or by our presence in the CRM or the Power Platform community. Well, we truly believe in building productivity apps that reduce multiple steps which otherwise you would require to take while going about your day-to-day business in CRM. And as you can see on the slide, we have various applications on the offering. I would like to take a moment and very briefly try to describe a couple of them. I will start with our flagship product, Maplytics. Maplytics is our market-leading CFMD certified product. With Maplytics, we are bringing in the goodness of Microsoft Bing Maps into Dynamics CRM. It provides capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, managing territories, route optimization, smart appointment planner, and much more. The next one I would like to describe is another market leader, the SharePoint Security Sync. This is the kind of application which is not a luxury but a necessity. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating Dynamics 365 with SharePoint while synchronizing the security privileges from Dynamics 365 to SharePoint, which ensures secure and reliable access to all your confidential documents. I will also like to highlight the fact that we have a professional service division comprising of some of the great minds in the business. They will not only assist you with your development needs, but will also suggest you the best solutions to fulfill your requirements and make your day-to-day CRM usage a lot easier. All in all, we are a one-stop shop. So feel free to reach out to us with your requirements at crm@inogic.com. Now, duplicate and redundant data is actually a very big and yet a very common problem in the industry. If we talk of stats, 20 to 30% is the average duplicate rate in any database. Now this is quite high, and this leads to companies incur an average of $12.9 million per year. If we can rectify or prevent the duplicate data, then a 66% surge can be seen in the annual revenue. Such stats make the data hygiene solution another necessity to maintain your data integrity and consistency. We are also aware that data does consume storage. Thus, removing the unwanted or redundant data will also help in saving some of your dataverse storage space. And now that you have proper data in place, it would be easier for your managers and stakeholders to generate accurate analysis reports to review the business done by your organization, which further helps them to lay out a plan for the future. So let's dive into it. In your organization, there could be different fronts on which different teams are parallelly working on. And to ensure smooth running of these teams, there's usually different channels of communication in place, which automatically captures any incoming communication as leads in the system. So for example, when John Richard mailed the support with his query or concern regarding either of your product, he got captured as a lead in the system. Later, at some point, your organization ran an ad campaign using, let's say, MailChimp. Well, speaking of MailChimp, a quick side note. Kindly do also check out our another offering, the Marketing for Dynamics, which is a productivity app providing integration between Dynamics 365 CRM and MailChimp. Now coming back, your organization ran an ad campaign to which John Richard replied and again got captured as a lead in your system. Further, when John Richard showed interest in another one of your offering listed on your website, he again got captured as a lead in your system. Now imagine this happening for years in your organization and how much of redundant junk or duplicate data this must have amounted to in your system. There's high chance that you most recently have become aware of the presence of such unwanted data in your system. In fact, you might have not even required to shed the extra buck on the additional dataverse storage all these years, had these unwanted duplicate records never got captured in your system in the first place. Well, not to worry, DeDupeD has got it covered. With DeDupeD present in your CRM, you will get a form notification on your already existing duplicate records. Along with this form notification, you get the show duplicates button, which you can use to see the additional information of your duplicate records. So as you could see over here, you see the current record as well as the associated duplicates to it. So there are three duplicate leads in the system. And also, like these three leads are there with the same email address. As you can see, this is based on the rule that we have configured, right? And on the similar note, there is another contact as well in the system with the same email address. Perfect. But I know what you guys might be thinking. All this is okay, but as you said, over the years, we might be having large number of such duplicates in our system. Are you expecting us to go each record one by one to find if it has any duplicates or not? Well, my answer is absolutely no. With D2D, along with the solution to import in your CRM, we are also shipping a Windows tool, which will run outside of your CRM. Using this tool, you can not only find your duplicates in bulk, but even merge those duplicates. Let's see how. So once you open the tool, you will have to log into your CRM instance. So enter proper username and password. Select the option to list out the organizations. If you are aware of the region your or the data center your CRM is in, then you can choose that. Otherwise, not to worry. You usually get this don't know option, so you can do that. The connection string will automatically figure it out. Now I am aware that it's North America, so I have chosen it. I will do this and click on the login option. Let us give it a few seconds to log in. Now, once you're logged in, you will have to select the table you want to find the duplicate record for. Now, over here, you see only three tables or three entities listed. Well, this is because over the configurations in our CRM, we have configured the duplicate detection only for these three tables. So I will quickly dive into the CRM and show you guys what I mean. So yeah, so here on the entity configuration, you see that we have configured the duplicate detection for account, contact, and lead. And as I said, this is the reason why you see only these three tables over here. However, our tool or our solution supports all the out of the box as well as the custom entities. So anything you wish to run the duplicate detection on, you can configure over here and it will list it over here. So now I will select the lead as per my use case. Now, after selecting the table, we will be required to select the view. Okay, so I'm selecting open lead. Now the purpose of this view is, by selecting a view, I define that I want my tool to search duplicates for only those records which classify the condition of this view. So when I select a view, you see the total records listed over here is 83. So it's not necessarily that there are 83 records in the system. There could be hundreds or thousands of records in the system, but only 83 records classify the condition or satisfy the condition of the view. So the duplicate detection or the duplicates will be searched for these 83 records throughout the system. Okay. So once that is done, we need to click on the find duplicates. Again, let us give it a couple of seconds. It will search for all the duplicates based on all the rules that you have defined. Now, it's not necessarily that you have to define the rules only for the same entity. There is cross-entity support as well. Yeah, so as I was saying, so the same, so our source entity is the lead, and we have defined the rules as such that it searches for the duplicates in the lead as well as in the contact, right? Also, after the duplicates are found, so as I said, there are total 83 records. There are total 53 duplicates. So these 83 records cumulatively have 53 duplicates in the system. And there are 25 duplicate groups. So these single group comprises of the master and its subordinates. So everything uh, like the matching email address. So email address is the criteria. So that is defined as a single group, the set of records matching the same criteria, right? So another thing to note here is that, like, while you're selecting the views, you can use the system views, or you can even create your own personal views which you can select over here, and based on that the records will be filtered and the duplicates will be searched for only those records. Now, so here uh, you see the based on the criteria that we have defined, the duplicates have been listed. The master record is defined, and these are the subordinates which are also defined. Now let's say you want to make this the one of the subordinate as the master, and change the master as the subordinate. So you can see the subordinate is created at 11:49, whereas the master is at 12:27, right? So I will click on this, make master, and you see the subordinate became the master, whereas the master is now the subordinate. Perfect. So you can review all the details of the duplicates that are listed from this interface. However, if you have a long list of duplicate records over here, you can export the duplicates to further review in the Excel sheet. So I will go to DeDupeD, and I will save. So data was exported successfully. Let me just quickly navigate to that Excel. So this is the one we saved. Yeah. So I've expanded all the columns. So here, everything as you saw in the interface, similarly, everything is sorted as per the master and their subordinates over here. And you can further review the duplicates identified through our tool in this Excel. Okay. Now going back to the tool, we have also provided a search option over here. So if you are aware of the name of the lead in our case, or even have the slightest idea of the name or the words, then you can definitely search it over here. So let me try with CA and hit search. As you can see, the records got filtered out based on the letters I have typed over here, and all the records which contains the CH gets listed over here. Okay, perfect. Now that all is sorted and we have verified everything, we need to mass merge this, right? So this is the cleaning process. All the subordinates will get merged with their respective master. Okay. One thing which you might have noticed when the duplicates were listed on this interface is that, as I said, that the master and the subordinates are all sorted and identified while the duplicates were listed over here. So for that happens because of what we have defined on the entity configuration, the master record rule. Okay, so in the entity configuration there is merge setting, and there are different rules available based on which the master and the subordinate is identified, right? So if we click on this drop down, the first one is criteria based. So criteria based, as the name suggests, when you click on criteria based, you get an area to put in your custom fetch XML, and based on the condition of your fetch XML, the master will be decided. Next one is latest modified. So this is the one that we have choose. So latest modified is nothing but let's say if you have 2 or 3 leads in the system, the lead that was last modified becomes the master, and the rest are the subordinate. Oldest modified, on the same lines, if we have 3 leads in the system, the lead that was modified the earliest, that becomes the master, and the rest are the subordinate. Similarly, latest created is the record which was latest created. If there are 3 leads in the system, the lead which was most recently created becomes the master. Oldest created, the lead which was created at the earliest becomes the master. Now, most field values. This is something impressive. Most field values. So in CRM, we have tables, and for every table, we have attributes of columns or fields. So we say. So now let's say lead has 100 fields in CRM, and there are 2 duplicate leads, lead 1 and lead 2. Now lead 1 has values in 80 of those fields out of 100, whereas the lead 2 has values in only 50 of those fields out of 100. So when we say the master record rule is most field values, it will classify the lead which has values in 80 of the fields as the master, because that has values in most of the fields. So that becomes the master, and the second lead which has only values in 50 of the fields, so that becomes the subordinate. Now next, another interesting one is the most activities. Coming back to the same example, let's say there are 2 duplicate leads in the system, lead 1 and lead 2. The one which has the most number or the most count of activities associated to it, that becomes the master. And the one which has less number of activities associated to it, that becomes the subordinate. So here what we have chosen was last modified. Yeah, so going back to the tool, all the duplicates are merged. Here you get the option to download. I click on download and it goes to download. Let me rename it leads. Okay, let me save data. Exported successfully. Let me navigate to the window and actually open it and show you. So this will give, just a minute, guys. Yeah. So I was actually trying to expand this. So people who are interested, there is a shortcut, Excel shortcut. It's Alt HOI. So like few days ago, like one of our client asked us, so I thought it's better share it here as well. Okay, so yeah, so here now once the merging is done, here in the Excel you see you get the list of all the masters that were merged, right? So you can review and get an idea, and these are basically now the unique records that are present in the system. All the rest duplicates are there, but they are inactive. They are in inactive state, right? So right. So now one more before I move out of the tool, one more like interesting factor you might have noticed over here is that uh, like there is lead and contact. So as I have explained earlier as well. So while you're configuring different matching criteria or different configurations in your system, you can configure it as such to match your source entity with other other different entities. So here lead is our source entity. We have matched it with lead, but we have also matched it with contact, and there is no such limitation as such. You can configure n number of entities. You can configure an out of the box entity with a custom entity and so on and so forth, right? So this again searches for the duplicates present based on the criteria I've defined the duplicates present in bulk in your entire system, and gives you the idea of the duplicates present in the system. Okay, so now your existing duplicates are sorted. Great, that's good news. But what about future proofing your system? Well, we all know the importance of future proofing in every aspect of our lives. So why not future proof your CRM from unwanted, unintended, redundant data? You wouldn't want to run the Windows tool that we saw just now every monthly or quarterly interval to clean the system, right? Well, unless of course you like the tool too much to resist, by all means, go ahead. But on a serious note, you would need a functionality to restrict the formation of duplicate unwanted data in the system from this point on, even more so as you have now cleaned the history duplicates. And this is again something which we have already thought of while designing DeDupeD. So DeDupeD supports real-time duplicate detection and prevention. Okay, so if I go ahead and create another lead with the same email address. So let this form load. New interested in WhatsApp. So sorry again, a quick plugin. So I request you guys to kindly go and check out our another offering, the WhatsApp for Dynamics. It leverages the WhatsApp integration with CRM to fast track your uh, sales communication. So yeah, so I just tab out and voila. So you see this pop-up. So while you're filling out details on your form itself, you are being notified by our solution of potential duplicate data being entered as soon as the value of the field on which the duplicate criteria has been defined is being entered. So here the criteria we have defined as on email, right? So when I'm trying to create a new lead with the same email, it gives us this pop-up with all the details of the duplicate present in the system. Now you can very much ignore this dialog and proceed, but note you will be notified again while you try to save the record. So if I go ahead and click on the save button, I will again be welcome with the same interface and will be shown the same details that there is a duplicate present in the system. But one amazing thing to note over here in this interface is that there is this ignore and save button. So this ignore and save button is actually configurable, which means you can actually make it available only for some set of CRM users based on their security rules, right? So let me actually go ahead and show you guys. So yeah, just give it a couple of seconds to load, right? So here we have configured the duplicate detection for lead, right? So here is the client side duplicate DeDupeD settings, and here is the deal. So allow to ignore duplicates is yes, and here we have selected the security role, which has the privilege to ignore and save. So basically ignore the duplicate detection and save the record, even though a duplicate is present in the system. Now here I have only selected system administrator, and I myself is the system admin, so that's why I get the option to ignore and save. But you can select more than one roles, and all the users present in like all the roles selected, they will have the privilege to ignore and save. The rest other users present in different roles will not get the option to ignore and save. So even now, if I go and set this as no and save this, I will let me try to show you. So yeah, I will close this and click on save again. So as you could see, the dialog gets displayed again, but this time without the ignore and save button. So now this is kind of like restricting you to create a duplicate record in the system from the client side, right? Now, moving ahead, there might occur such situations where you want to check if there are any duplicates in the system for a particular record before you start working on it. You can very much do that using the on-demand duplicate detection functionality. All you need to do is either navigate to the record or select the record from the home grid, and you shall see the show duplicate button, on click of which will come up the same dialog box. So I have navigated to the home grid of lead. Now let me select summer night and yeah, click on show duplicates. So this shows that there are no duplicate leads in the system, but there are 4 duplicate contacts. Basically, there are 4 contacts in the system with the same email with the same email address. Okay. Also, in a day-to-day business, using CRM record not always manually gets captured. Rather, like there can be scenarios or there can be different channels like any automation process or some third-party integration or CRM data import through which data gets captured in your CRM. Now, to prevent duplicates getting created through them all, you need to do is just configure the server-side duplicate detection. This will restrict duplicate records from getting created from the background. So if I navigate over here, so we saw this is the client-side DeDupeD settings. Below that, there is server-side DeDupeD settings. If we click over here, there is option. You can either restrict duplicate records from getting created, that is new record, or you can restrict the duplicate records from getting captured because of any updation happening of existing records, right? And once this is done, any record created from the background, if it's a duplicate record, if it classifies to the rule that we have defined for duplicates, then that will get restricted and will not get captured in the system. just a quick glimpse of the rules, right? So as I was saying, so we have configured two rules. So one is like we have matched the email address from lead to lead, and the other is lead to contact. So similarly, you can go about creating as many as you want. And if I just have to show the lead to contact, yeah. So the primary entity is lead, the matching entity is contact. You have the option to exclude inactive records or include them, right? And there is the duplicate matching conditions. So again, in duplicate matching conditions, there are different options which you can use to define, like just to show you. So matching method is like you can use the exact to match the exact value of the fields, or you can use the first 10 characters to match certain set of characters from the values entered in the fields. Same goes for the last 10 characters. And the one contains, so it's like a like operator, right? So if the target, it will search with if it contains any of the values entered in the field. Okay. So that's how you can configure multiple rules, multiple criteria, and everything, right? So over the demonstration, we saw how DeDupeD helps you to find duplicates in your existing history records, that too in bulk, and then you can perform a mass merge to clean up your history records in bulk. And once you have cleaned your history records, you can even prevent future duplicates, thus making DeDupeD future-proof. You can create your own rules as per your business scenario to find and restrict duplicates. And finally, how a simple and user-friendly interface makes the process even simpler and smoother. I will quickly run another poll to understand which is the feature that you guys like the most in DeDupeD. I request you all to kindly cast your votes. There are different options, and there were like different features you might have liked, like the functionality to identify duplicate history records in bulk, or to clean them by merging them. Or you might have preferred the real-time identification and prevention of duplicate records, or the configurable matching criteria for duplicates. Anything. So anything you felt uh, like favorable or preferable for your organization, kindly feel free to cast your vote. Okay, so I see few people are interested uh, or like the configurable matching criteria. Perfect. Some are showing interested with like merging of the duplicate history records in bulk. So that's pretty standard, right? Like as I said, there would be scenarios like after years of working or using CRM, there is bulk amount or large amount of duplicates in your system. You would want a solution to clean them out first, to identify and clean them out. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so thank you for casting your vote, guys. Again, so DeDupeD supports both the deployment models of dynamic CRM, that is online and on-premise, from starting from the version 9.1 and above. I would like to thank all the participants for showing interest in our solution, the DeDupeD, and request you to kindly reach out to us at crm@inogic and try out our solution and take leverage of the 15 days free trial. Before I move to the Q&A session, I would like to address few of the frequently asked questions. Can we clean up history Historical duplicate records. Of course. So as I said, along with our solution, we ship a tool as well. So as this tool runs outside of the CRM, you can use this tool to identify bulk duplicates and even merge those duplicate records, which eventually cleans up your system. Okay. Uh, does it work for all Dynamics 365 entities? Of course, it works for all the Dynamics 365 entities out of the box as well as custom. Does it work with Microsoft Dataverse? Yes, it is Dataverse compliant. And can we merge duplicate records in bulk? Yes. So as I said, there like we are shipping a tool which will run outside of your CRM, and using that tool you can identify the duplicates in bulk and even merge them in bulk. How to get started? Well, to get started, we request you to kindly drop a mail at crm@dynamic.com. We and our team will be more than happy to give you a one-on-one demo of our solution. You can share your business use case, and we will ensure to cater the demo or tailor the demo as per your use case. And once the demo is done, you can, as I said, you can uh, get a 15 days trial and get a hands-on of our solution in your sandbox instance. This gives you a lot better idea. uh, while you're trying out our solution, if you have any queries, you again can reach out to us. We will be more than happy to assist. We will be even be more than happy to help you configure the solution in your CRM instances, right? So yeah, so just to get started, just reach out to us at crm@Inogic. So now the floor is open to all the question and answers. I will be more than happy to answer all your queries. Okay, so I'm getting a question. So what will happen to the merge records? Will it get deleted from the CRM instance, or will it be deactivated? So to answer that, we are not deleting any records from the CRM. It will stay deactivated. So once the merge is done, only the master records that we saw will remain active in the system. All the subordinates will get merged and become inactive in your system. To add to it, like if you wish to further clean out your system and delete those records in the system, uh, so our tool is not deleting those, but you can leverage uh, out of the box um, bulk deletion, right? Job, and create a job which will and set the criteria such to delete the inactive records of a specific table. So the inactive records get deleted. But yeah, in case you wish to do so, but our tool is not deleting anything. Okay, so I think that's pretty much from everyone. In case, as I said again, in case anyone has any questions, feel free to drop in a mail at crm@energy.com, and we will be more than happy to answer all your queries. As I started with the session, that there are two events around the corner, that is the Microsoft Power Platform Conference and the Community Summit. So we hope to see you all and have a one-on-one conversation at our booth number 102 at the Microsoft Power Platform Conference in Las Vegas from October 3 to the 5th. And we are at booth number 1429 from October 15th to the 20th in the Community Summit at Charlotte. We are also more than happy to schedule a one-on-one meeting at the events. In case you wish to have a one-on-one meeting, kindly drop us an email at crm@inogic.com and we shall take it